Hi families, I wanted to go over next week's learning targets with you and then kind of talk about the next week following, as that is Thanksgiving break. So I'll jump right in. In science, we are going to be learning all about Stephen Hawking and the way that he communicates using technology and kind of how that has advanced over his life. So at 21, being diagnosed with ALS, and then how technologies have advanced and allowed him to still do so much of his research and presentations and writings and all of that. So we're going to be learning about Stephen Hawking, who is also the author of George's Secret Key to the Universe, which is the book that we have been reading since school started for ELA. In social studies, we are going to be learning about the Columbian Exchange. In math, we are going to talk about a deeper concept of division. So last week we kind of did a lot of formative assessing. We asked them to be pretty transparent about the steps that they were confident in and felt good about with division, so that this week my teaching can be very intentional and more hands-on. The videos that I post this week will be based on the responses that I got this last week. So we'll really be honing in on the idea of algebraic thinking and multiplication and the way those two fit into division, so that if people are having a hard time accessing division the traditional way, they have other avenues to kind of feel successful in this particular part of math. So something you might hear them saying or talking about is being given a multiplication or a division equation, say like last week, the example I gave was 170 divided by 15. And then we talked about the different ways that can be written, because in standardized testing, sometimes they'll write it where it kind of looks like the standard way, where it kind of looks like it's in a house. Other times they'll use the actual division symbol. And sometimes they'll also write it 15 times x equals 170. And so those are all, even though we're solving for a variable in the last one, it's still asking them to solve for division. And that is going to be a standard and 3 different ways that they're going to need to be able to access division by the end of the year. So we're starting with that this week. If you have any questions about this at all, if you'd like an extra one-on-one, anything like that, just let me know. I would be happy to do that with you. In ELA, we are reading chapters 26 through 28, and we're continuing on with the race method. So R for restating the question as a statement sentence to begin their paragraph response. A being answering the question. C is citing from the text. And then E being explaining in further detail. This is really helpful as we also dive into more cite and fact-based writing. So in this next trimester, we are going to be writing an opinion as well as an informative and a narrative piece, so kind of in that order. And since we did a very short narrative write already this year, that's going to be the last one that we do this upcoming trimester. And it's really important in opinion and informative writing that they're still able to back their opinions up, and especially in informative pieces, be able to prove what they're saying is valid for somebody that they're trying to, in essence, teach about a subject. I think I covered all of them actually. ELA, math, science. Yep, I covered all of them. Sorry, I just had to go through that mentally. We will still have all the extension activities available until the end of November as well. Thanksgiving weekend, we have full days on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be a half day. So I'll still have the morning meeting time, but they will be free for the rest of the day. I understand that that's right before a holiday, so I totally understand if students are not present. We will just have that be a very light activity optional day, just because I know if we were in school, I would have 3/4 of my class missing anyways. So I just want to make sure that nobody is missing core content on that day. So we'll just have our morning meeting. It'll be a fun day. I totally understand if you need to work around that. If there's any traveling that you're doing that week or anything like that, I totally understand. Just let me know so that I am not looking for your student on a Zoom or wondering why they're not turning anything in. Just let me know ahead of time and that will definitely be helpful. If you have any other questions, please let me know. After Thanksgiving break or shortly after that, grades will be coming out. So that will be for trimester 1. And when you look at Canvas after trimester 1, you'll see that all of these past assignments are going to be deleted. And that is because even for me as like a teacher and who manipulates the Canvas account all the time, it does get to be quite a bit of information to have to see. So I figured trimester 2 is a fresh slate. We'll start over with all new content. It'll look empty, but that's just because we are learning all new information moving forward. So yeah, that's about all that I know that I have to share. So if there's anything you have a question about, please let me know. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.